Tonight on the news, Governor Fubara reiterates commitment to delivery of better public infrastructure. Bamuche Mbo takes mantle of INEC leadership as acting chairman as Yakubu proceeds on terminal leave. Plus, Central Bank of Nigeria pursues price stability amid soaring inflation rates. Welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Now, do you love and care about Rebel State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater height, for it is a task you and I must accomplish. And our details of the news. Rebel State Governor Asimilai Fubara has expressed satisfaction with the level of cooperation shown by Obakri people towards Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, the contractor handling key road projects in the area. The governor said because of the level of cooperation enjoyed by the company, the project will be delivered in December this year.
Fubara embarked on an inspection tour of the 19.7 kilometer Buguma-Abalama, Tema-Degama-Abonima road that has 7 bridges in Kalabari Kingdom and the 9.7 kilometer Emowa-Obakre-Egbelu road. Both projects, particularly the project in Emowa, is vital to improving connectivity and easy movement across several communities in the state. Governor Fubara expressed appreciation to residents of Obakre for their peaceful cooperation with the contractor, describing them as one of the best host communities in the state. He assured them that the project will be completed by December this year, as Julius Berger has returned fully to site.
This project for us is very important because it's a project that connects the Obakre people to the East-West Road with ease. In fact, let me commend the people of Obakre because the contractor, while I was on my way to this place, did inform me that they are one of the, what I call them, best host community. They never give them any trouble. And the reason is very simple. They understand the importance of this project. It is about them, and government is about the people. So I'm here to assure the good people of Emowa and Obakre people in particular. The chairman is here as a witness that you can see that the contractor is back to site, that God willing, before the end of this year, by December, this project will be completed.
The governor reaffirmed his administration's commitment to delivering more infrastructural projects that will improve the lives of Rivers people. Tamun Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
The Rivers State Governor Asimilai Fubara today visited the State Secretariat complex in Port Harcourt after fire outbreak affected a section of the building Monday evening. The affected area reportedly services a crèche for children of civil servants. Tamno Barabi Bulubo tells us more.
Governor Fubara arrived at the Secretariat early Tuesday morning to assess the extent of damage caused by the fire. The governor described the incident as unfortunate but expressed gratitude that no lives were lost and the damage was contained within a section of the building. Governor Fubara identified the affected area as the crèche that caters to workers' babies. He commended the Rivers State Fire Service for acting swiftly, which helped prevent the fire from spreading to other parts of the complex.
I want to thank the civil servants for their support, more especially. You see, when governments make investments, people don't understand what they are doing. Before the emergency rule, we took our time to invest in fire service. I wonder what would have happened if we didn't have a formidable and functional fire service. So we'll continue to do those things that we know will continue to lift Rivers people and make Rivers people happy.
Governor Fubara reaffirmed his administration's commitment to renovating and refurbishing the Secretariat complex, saying the government will now fast-track the process. The governor also appreciated the cooperation of civil servants and assured that his administration will continue to invest in projects that enhance safety, comfort, and productivity in the state's public service.
The Secretariat has a crèche that takes care of babies. So I think it's that section that was affected by the fire. It's really unfortunate, but we give God all the glory that no life was lost. But there's one thing very important now. We've been talking about the renovation, the refurbishing of our very foremost Secretariat. And I believe with this particular incident, there won't be any reason not to continue it anymore. Whatever is required by this government to commence that process, we will immediately swing into action.
Preliminary reports have also indicated electrical fault as a possible cause of the fire, even as investigations are underway to determine the actual cause of the fire. Tamuno Barabi Iblubo, Rstv News.
Now, chairmen of the 23 local government councils have been charged to put the welfare and constant training of their workers on the front banner of policies throughout their tenure. The charge was made by the chairman, Rivers State Local Government Service Commission, Sir Israel Amadi, at a one-day policy discussion meeting tagged Better Together in Port Harcourt. The report is presented from our studios.
In an address of welcome, Sir Amadi congratulated the chairman for emerging victorious on the 30th August election and solicited their cooperation to make their symbiotic jobs seamless. He added that the meeting was necessitated by a directive from Governor Siminala Ifubara that a fresh physical verification of council workers be conducted to ascertain the true strength of the workforce.
We have turned it into the years of our staff and your staff. I'm talking about the principal officers of the NGOs. We have told them that information should be cascaded or recorded to everyone as much as practicable.
During the policy and strategy discussion session, chairmen of almost all the councils expressed disbelief at the unimaginable bloating of the nominal rolls less than a year after, suggesting that the employment and confirmation letters and other credentials of workers be properly scrutinized to differentiate bona fide and fraudulent ones. They requested that the commission hold frequent meetings with them and their principal officers if things must be streamlined and put in proper perspectives.
The staff are my own. I want to suggest a situation where the local governments as well have power to do their verification and submit the report to the center and business this side. Even if you employ the whole village, the whole
Commissioner 1 and the only lady in the midst of male folk, Lady Christabel George Didier, prayed for moral and financial support from the council chairman to make the imminent verification process a success.
It is the duty of the local government and the Rivers State Local Government Service Commission to conduct the biometrics for the local government council. And we will do that partnering with the state government as agreed and all of you.
Reacting to allusions made by some chairmen, the state chairman of the Nigeria Association of Local Government Employees, Comrade Clifford Paul, explained that the association works with information at its disposal and added that if there is a robust relationship between the chairman and the association, many of the face-off with workers will be addressed amicably.
If a particular government chairman happens to report to us, this is what is on ground is making, it goes to us to take actions immediately.
The meeting came to an end with a vote of thanks from the mayor, of the capital city, Orwell Ihunda.
The Rivers State Chapter Chairman of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, Reverend Minabida Jack, has faulted the foundation of Nigeria, hence a need for more prayers to liberate her from faulty foundations. He stated this during the association's 15th prayer quake held in Port Harcourt. Justice Nhuo was there and now reports.
Reverend Minabi Dagogo-Jack said no Nigerian was consulted before the amalgamation of the country, and such has been the bane of development in the country. The PFN chairman noted that the society is bedeviled with so many challenges and ills, but pointed out that the constant prayers of the church are availing much. He expressed optimism that Nigeria in general and Rivers State in particular will overcome their present challenges and be great in the Committee of Nations and States.
Even Namdi Ezekwe Tafawa Belewa, Awolowo, they did not sign this treaty. How did Lord Lugard come to say that the people of the northern and the southern protectorate have come together to be in Nigeria? That means there is a wrong foundation somewhere affecting us until today. And you're telling us we should not pray. I think it's important we continue to pray for Nigeria. We continue to pray for the church. We continue to pray for Rivers State.
In a sermon, Reverend Steve Ogan, while speaking on the theme of the event, Launch Out, enjoined Christians to fish men for God to give them fish. According to him, the internet seemed to be used to attack the church, but church leaders must utilize it effectively to launch out the word of God to counter the negatives.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all other things shall be added unto you. So men represent those that are brought from darkness into light. Men represent those that are discipled to have the character of Christ. Men are those that eventually will do the work of God and go back to meet him. If you do the work of God by giving him men, God will give you fish.
The host pastor, Reverend Felix Akara, while counted it as a blessing to host the association, urged them to always uphold the standards of Pentecostal belief. The prayer quake, which is the 15th in the series, is the initiative of the state chairman of PFN since his assumption of office. The prayers focused on thanksgiving, good health, and prosperity of pastors, the government at all levels, as well as against disobedience and disunity in the body of Christ, amongst others. Justice Nhuo, Rstv News.
A national commissioner at the Independent National Electoral Commission, May Agumuche Mbo, has taken over as the acting chairman of the commission. Let's follow the formal handover of duties by Professor Mochi Kubo, who is proceeding on a terminal leave. The transition was announced during a stakeholders meeting with resident electoral commissioners held on Tuesday at the INEC headquarters in Abuja. At the meeting, Yakubu explained that he was stepping down in accordance with Section 306, subsection 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Yakubu expressed gratitude to colleagues, stakeholders, civil society groups, development partners, and Nigerians, acknowledging their roles in supporting electoral processes throughout his tenure. He also praised the members of the National Youth Service Corps, calling them among the most educated and most patriotic and also most knowledgeable election officials he had worked with. As part of his farewell, Yakubu presented 2 publications documenting the Commission's work during his tenure: Election Management in Nigeria 2015 and 2025, and Innovations in Electoral Technology 2015 to 2025. Now, do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. And coming up shortly, Israel Hamas ready for talks. And in sports, the Super Eagles set for showdown with Crocodiles of Lesotho in FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Please don't go away till you hear more. Just stay.
Power God is here. Dr. Jesus in action, God is here.
The Omega Power Ministries OPM Worldwide presents Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut. It is a night of divine visitation and encounter. It is a night of divine intervention. It is a night of supernatural turnaround. It is a night where mercy will speak and judgment cancelled. It is a night to witness the instant demonstration of God's power and authority.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Rstv World News, and now to the rest of our reports. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has warned those in the food value chain against unwholesome practices that endanger public health. Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Olatunji Bello, gave the warning on Tuesday at a one-day sensitization campaign on food quality standards, safety regulations, and fair business practices organized by the Commission in Kano State. Bello, represented by the Director of Quality Assurance and Development, Dr. Nkechi Mba, said the campaign is aimed at raising awareness of the dangers of food adulteration and the importance of compliance with national food safety laws. He said that food security is a collective responsibility for all involved, from farmers to vendors and consumers, and added that the campaign was part of the Commission's broader effort to educate Nigerians on identifying adulterated foods, the dangers of chemically ripened fruits, channels to lodging complaints, and seeking redress. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has assured Nigerians that its ongoing policies and reforms are targeted at restoring price and monetary stability amidst rising inflation and economic hardship. Speaking at the CBN fair in Yo, Akwa Ibom State on Tuesday, the CBN Governor Olayemi Kodoso said some of the Apex Bank's monetary measures were already yielding results, citing the ease of inflationary pressures and relative stability in the foreign exchange market. Kodoso, represented by the Acting Director of Corporate Communications, Hakama Ali, noted that the exchange rates unification policy had reduced volatility and cleared more than $7 billion in verified forex backlogs. He added that the BMAT Forex trading system had strengthened market integrity and improved price discovery. The governor highlighted other initiatives, including bank capitalization to strengthen the sector's resilience, the introduction of non-resident BVN to link Nigerians abroad with local banking services, and the Nigeria Payment System Vision 2028 to accelerate digital transformation and deepen financial inclusion. And from the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump is about to host the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney at the White House. Carney is aiming to get trade talks back to track after months of negotiations as the only G7 country yet to reach a trade deal with the U.S. this year. Abigail Nathaniel has the rest of the report.
In August, Trump increased tariffs on Canadian goods to 35%, but many are exempt under the current free trade deal. Canada then retaliated with its own tariffs on U.S. exports. Ahead of the meeting, Carney says he and Trump take a different view on trade deficit, but calls the U.S. leader very sharp. Israel and Hamas were expected to resume peace talks on Tuesday after wrapping up a first day of negotiation at the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. An Egyptian official with knowledge of the talks said the parties had agreed on most of the first phase terms of the peace plan proposed by United States President Donald Trump. That phase includes the release of the hostages still held in Gaza and the establishment of a ceasefire. Meanwhile, the anniversary of the 7th October 2023 attack, which killed about 1,200 people in Israel and triggered the ongoing war, comes as indirect talks between Israel and Hamas take place in Egypt in search of a possible ceasefire. According to Gaza's health ministry, more than 67,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war began, with women and children making up half the dead. The fighting has displaced around 90,000 of Gaza's 2 million residents and fed what experts describe as a famine in Gaza City. Large parts of the territory lie in ruins, and hospitals continue to struggle with shortages of staff, medicine, and equipment across Gaza. Survivors describe the last 2 years as marked by loss, hunger, and instability. Many returning to their homes have found entire neighborhoods destroyed, while health workers treat patients in overcrowded wards and journalists continue to risk their lives reporting the war. Abigail Atane, Rstv Foreign News. Oh, wow.
In our sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will face the Crocodiles of Lesotho on Monday night as the African qualifiers for the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw to a close. Favor Onyamako tells us more.
Eric Chell's team currently sits third in Group C with 11 points from 8 matches, 3 points behind joint leaders Benin Republic and South Africa. Their qualification hopes received a lifeline after FIFA deducted 3 points and 3 goals from South Africa for fielding an ineligible player, Teboho Mokoena, in a match against Lesotho on 21st March 2025. In the reverse fixture on 16 November 2023, at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, Nigeria, were held to a 1-1 draw by Lesotho. Nigeria's Flamingos will face New Zealand and Paraguay in friendlies ahead of the 2025 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The West Africans will file out against New Zealand in the first friendly on Friday, 10th October. Bankole Oluokore's side will do battle with Paraguay in the second friendly 4 days later. The Flamingos will move to the FIFA hotel in Rabat after the friendly with Paraguay. The players and their officials are expected to travel to Morocco for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup on Wednesday, departing Abuja via Royal Air Maroc in the morning. Nigeria will face Canada, France, and Samoa in Group D. The Flamingos will open their campaign against Canada on Sunday, 19th October. Manchester City and England defender John Stones has revealed he contemplated retirement last season due to recurring injuries, limited to just 11 Premier League appearances. The 31-year-old battled foot and hamstring problems, with the latter forcing him out of action from February. According to reports, the centre-back, who has represented England at 5 major tournaments, hasn't played for the national team since October 2024. With Thomas Tuchel now at the helm as England's manager, Stones is back in the squad for the upcoming friendly against Wales at Wembley and the critical World Cup qualifier against Latvia on 14th October 2025. Favor Oyakamo, Rstv Sports News.
Now, do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. Remember, you can watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now to end the news, let's take a look at some of our major stories. Rivers State Governor Sasim Lai Fubara has praised the host communities where projects are cited, saying that it could attract better people-oriented infrastructure. May Bamuche Mbu has taken over as acting chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission following the formal handover of duties by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, who is proceeding on a terminal leave. We had also reported that the Central Bank of Nigeria has assured Nigerians that its ongoing policies and reforms are targeted at restoring price and monetary stability amidst rising inflation and economic hardship, which are already yielding results. And that's it from the news desk to your TV screens. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.